I'm Namarama, and today we're going to talk about English fluency, how to improve your English speaking skills. Now, I used to be like a lot of people. I tried to learn English so hard when my English speaking skills did not increase. So I went home, I studied verbs, nouns, adjectives, I studied every grammar rule in the book, but my English speaking skills did not improve, no matter how much I tried. This is why we have created this YouTube channel in order to help you improve your English speaking skills. So we release videos every week, every Friday on different topics such as pharmacology, electrical engineering, and also English fluency. So make sure you are subscribed so you can take advantage of all the benefits that our YouTube channel has to offer. And also share this video with your friends if it has helped them in any way whatsoever. Okay, so this week we're going to talk a little bit about how to improve your English speaking skills, some ways you can learn. I'm very excited because this is one of those lessons which can benefit a lot of people in so many ways. So, shall we get started? A lot of people struggle with speaking English because there's a lot of grammatical differences between their own language and also the English language. For example, in the Arabic language, there is a special attention which is placed on every syllable, on every letter of the word. There's Hamza, Fatha, and Kesra, and those kind of things which are not present in the English language. And when people speak in English, they think of the same rules which are used in Arabic in English, but English grammar is very different from Arabic. So we will talk about English pronunciations in the upcoming lessons in which you can improve your English. Okay, so it's very important also to know where the English language comes from. Okay, where do the words وشكاني زماني إنجليزي لچه نردن? Okay, we noticed that 29% of words سطح بستنو لزماني لولاتي فرنسا هاتيا. Okay, that comes from France, and 29% also comes from Latin, the Latin language. Okay, and 26% comes from Germanic countries. Okay. 6% are from Greece. Another 6% are unknown, and the last 6% are from proper English. So you already know a little bit of English, because maybe there are some words present in your language which are also present in the English language. For example, in Arabic, the English word cut comes from the Arabic word qata. Okay? Another example would be lemon, comes from the Arabic word lemon. So there are very similarities between languages. ایمه زالین دو رگا هیر توان زمانی انگلیزی فهمید. یکم رگا peddling conscious learning, also known as بآگاهی in Kurdish. It's also called explicit learning. The second way by which we can learn English is called unconscious learning, بآگاهی, also known as implicit learning. Now, most people learn English through the first method, also known as conscious learning. This is the method by which they go home, they study every part of a sentence, they study nouns, verbs, adjectives, and it just makes them a lot more confusing for the student. The second method we think is the best way to learn English, also known as unconscious learning, because we as human beings absorb information from our environment. We think that if you want to learn how to anything, any skill you want to learn, for example, basketball, you will have to go out and you will have to play basketball. Okay, you can't stay at home. So if you want to learn how to read English, you will have to open up a book and you will have to read English. If you want to learn how to write English, you will have to write in English. If you want to learn how to talk English, you will have to go out and talk in English. Okay? And I've also noticed that when a lot of people speak English, they make themselves very nervous. They get more anxious when they speak English. English is about being confident with who you are and the message you are trying to send to people. Okay, so Zorbekas fikr dakanu bizmani khoyan, and then they change it to the English language. It's much better if you think in English and then you send the message to other people. That way it's a lot better, also makes you a lot nervous. You know, English is a lot like driving a car. First you are thinking about, oh, where should I put my hand? Should I put my hand on a gear? The first time you drew a car, you were thinking about where to put your hand, or if you had to go put on the lights, or you had to do this. But after a while of repeating it, you will no longer have to think about doing it. English is also like that. We also know that there are also two parts of English. English speaking, also called, first part is pronunciation, the way words are said. They are different in every region. For example, Wales and England, they have different pronunciation. But we also have stresses. Stresses are almost usually always the same. Stresses do not change in a sentence. So it's important that we look at stresses. So stresses, word stresses and syllable stresses are what make English speaking more rhythmical. It makes it sound more musical, okay? So every sentence in English has its ups, lows, and ups, and back down. So is English speaking, it sounds more musical in that way, okay? We also know that there's also fluency. Fluency means that the toniq sabake be rawastan, yamabe bir kidnoa. Okay, and then there's also accuracy. Accuracy means you speak without grammar mistake. We at Fikr, we highly agree that fluency is 100% more important than accuracy. Why is that? Because sometimes people might not have the right grammar, but their English fluency is correct, and you still understand what they are saying, and therefore English fluency is more important. Okay, so rhythm, musicality is also important, and it's important that we are not monotone. This means that English has variations in speaking, so we don't end up speaking like, Apu from the system, hello, how are you, can I help you? It is very monotone, and it does not have its ups and downs, okay? And the next part, we're going to talk about several differences between American English and British English, okay? So let's move into that. Now, American English and British English have differences in pronunciation and also in the words that they use. Let's see some examples by what I mean. Let's write down British English here. British English and American English here to see what the differences are. American Englishes. American English. Now, one word which we use in Britain but we don't often use in America is we say autumn. Zastan. However, in America, we more often use the word fall. Another example is, for example, we use the word biscuit in British English. Biscuit. Whilst in American English, we use the word cookies. Biscuit. Another popular example is British English, we use post. Now, there are differences in every language, but whichever word you like, you should use it. Because English is a very dynamic language. It changes over time. In American English, we use mail. Let's use one last example. In British English, we use the word rubber. While in American English, we use the word eraser. So these are some examples of a few differences which are present in British English, but they're not present in American English. A few differences in words. And in a few lessons which are coming up, we'll also talk about differences in pronunciations, of course. And also, there are many great resources out there which you can improve your English speaking skills. Like many of my students, I recommend them this audiobook. It's called The Little Prince. You can search it on YouTube, write down The Little Prince, and it will give you an audiobook. You can listen to it whenever you have the time, and it's a great way to help you improve your English listening skills, as well as notice how other people are pronouncing when they are speaking English. So it's a great way to learn English from, and I highly recommend it to search it up on YouTube. Okay guys, this was our first lesson. We hope you had a lot of benefit from this lesson, and we hope to increase your English fluency skills in the upcoming weeks. So guys, stay tuned. This was Fikr Studios.